Okay, so I know I haven't been really active on this channel for the past month or so. I have been busy. As you all know, I'm still in the middle of moving. I'm going to be tearing down this entire setup soon. But I was actually fortunate enough to be invited to an event for a new card game. It is for the Ultraman card game. And seriously, this is the invite they sent me. It's pretty cool. So I was invited by Subaraya Productions, the kind of parent holding company for the Ultraman IP, and apparently they are making their own Ultraman card game. And it was pretty cool. I got invited to the show space. They had a masterclass and they invited a few KOLs down to kind of try out the game. I actually tried out the game at another event and was really interested in it then. And then they invited me down for this, so I couldn't say no. And I wanted to share it with the channel because it's a new card game. And of course, they have the alternate arts. They have the SPs with the Ultra sign apparently, and also like really great SSPs that just revealed on their socials, and it's pretty cool. And they also gave me not one but two of the new starter decks. The starter decks are officially out. You can find more info about them on their site. I will link it down in the description below. But essentially, these are the first two starter decks, the Heroes of Hyperspace and the Bonds of Zero. We are gonna open it up and kind of judge them on the value that you can get from these. I have already played with this one against the Bonds of Zero, and the gameplay is pretty fun as well, pretty easy to pick up, and really an interesting mechanic in terms of like gameplay wise. And they have some really sick alternate arts or like really cool artworks in this, so let's just open them up and see what you get actually in the starter decks for the Ultraman card game. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna start with the Heroes of Hyperspace, and like, if you are around my age, especially living in like Southeast Asia or Singapore, then you will recognize these Ultraman. There's Ultraman Tiga, Ultraman Dyna, and Ultraman Gaia. And Tiga and Dyna were the ones I actually grew up watching because they were on TV when I was a kid, and it's pretty cool. So let's open this up and see the cards that are inside. Now I'll briefly talk about how you can how to play this game, but I won't go for full in-depth. I just want to kind of unbox and see the card. So, you know, you get a 50 card deck and a play sheet, and look at that. It's already, oh, this is really nicely packaged, and you can see the kind of artwork we are expecting to get in the starter decks, which is kind of insane for a starter deck. So just kind of briefly show you guys the play sheet. There's also like the rules and all that. You can pause here if you want to read all of them, and that's the playing mat, which is the field. That's the scene area, discard area, the deck area, and the phases at the bottom. Feel free to kind of just pause, and if you want to see them, I might just use them as the play mat for this right now. And yeah, let's take a look at the cards themselves. All right, so this is the 50 card deck, really nicely packaged. I am not sure how much like what's the playset level, but let's see. So immediately you have your Ultraman Dyna, which looks so freaking good. I'll post a close-up later on. Oh, they gave you 3 of these. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think a full playset is 4, so you know, the fact that you get 3, I mean, you can kind of get away with just playing 3 of them in the deck. So you got Ultraman Tiga, and you get your Ultraman Gaia as well. And the cool thing about these ones that I found out from the people at the event was that this is kind of like a panoramic picture, and they all kind of link together to form like one scene, which is pretty cool. Ultraman Dyna, Tiga, and Gaia. Let's go. So pretty cool. You get like 3 of each of these, so I'm gonna sort them out right there. Dyna is here, Ultraman Tiga, and Ultraman Gaia. And then so you don't get a full playset of the kind of higher rarity ones, which are the level 3 Ultramans. So how it works is that there's a level 1, and then there's a level 2, and that you can play out an Ultraman, and then you can level it up, and then it does better with the other Ultraman, like for your opponent's Ultraman, if that makes sense. So these are like Ultraman Tiga, which is the level 1 ones. Pretty cool. Then you have the level 2, and they all have their effects, and their power is determined by how like the stack of Ultraman that you have. So if you have like a level 1 and then a level 2 below it, then it has 10,000 power. If it's a stack of 3, then the power corresponds accordingly. So there you go, you get 4 copies of the level 2 Ultraman Tiga, and you have different versions, Ultraman Tiga Zeperion Beam, and they're all different types as well. And here's the Ultraman Dyna. You get 4 of it. So some of the images on these cards right here are actually you know, like I would say screen caps from the anime, from the show itself, or some promotional images, but some of them are actually hand drawn or drawn by the artists of the Ultraman themselves. So that's really cool. This is a level 2 Dyna, and you got another level 2 Dyna. Dyna looks sick, man. Like one of my favorite Ultramans out there. And then you have your Gaia. There's the V2 Gaia, there's a Photon Age Gaia, and all of them have effects that correspond accordingly. And you have a 50 card deck, so you can actually like play it right off the box. And you have some kaiju cards as well, like this Satan Bizarre that when this character's battle opponent has type basic, so if you see like the type, if it's basic, then the BP becomes extra. So there's some changes in that. And yeah, you got a few kaiju. You got 2 different types of kaiju, and you can, if you're an Ultraman fan, you know they have a lot of kaijus in their suit of like roster of characters, so you can expect to see more of them in the upcoming set. And then the scene cards are sort of like quote-unquote stage cards that stay on the field, like enchantments and stuff like that, that affect the battles in different ways. And that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the Ultraman guy, and I can't believe this is a starter deck card where it's full art, it's textured, and it's like foil, and they have like a really cool shimmer at the back. You have Ultraman Tiga right here. Same thing, if I catch it at the light, you can see kind of like the texture. This is a starter deck, y'all. That's crazy. And yeah, that is incredible. So I'm not gonna get through like, you know, how the mechanics actually work. This is an unboxing video. I want to take a look at the second one because I didn't really have a good look at this particular starter deck when I was at the event, because I was using the Ultraman Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia deck. But this one's a feature Ultraman Z, Zero, and GEEK. So if it's, you know, if you grew up with these Ultraman, you'll probably recognize them more than I did, because they are some of the more recent ones. And the way that it's the cool way that you can tell what year the Ultraman is from. There's actually like the year at like this section behind the name, the type, or like the name of the Ultraman. So Ultraman Z came out in 2020. That's incredible. So this is Ultraman Z, and you can, man, what a sick, I'm sorry, like the camera is not doing it justice. I'll probably put out a phone shot here, kind of see it better. I don't really have the best lighting right now. So we get 3 copies of Ultraman Z. That's pretty cool. I want to put them right here. Oh, actually, I should put them corresponding to like the picture. We got 3 copies of Ultraman Zero. He looks really cool. And then 3 copies of Ultraman GEEK. That looks kind of badass, I'm not gonna lie. And you can see like the different foiling and texture. I think they did a really great job of including like really pretty high quality full art cards with foil and texture in the starter deck themselves. And the starter decks are like, I believe it's 9 USD, so convert it how many however you want in your currency. I think it's about $10 in Singapore. That's pretty cool. So 4 copies of Ultraman Zero right here, 4 copies of Ultraman Zero level 2, and another Ultraman Zero, 3 copies of it. Oh, okay, so some have a full playset of 4, some have only 3. Then you have Ultraman GEEK, level 1. Then you have your level 2. And then you have level 3. This is such a sick artwork, man. Not gonna lie. That's really, really cool. And you get 3 copies of that as well. Then we got 4 copies of Ultraman Z. Ultraman Z Lance Arrow. I think these are like the different forms that the Ultraman takes. That's pretty cool. And then you have the Skull Gomorrah, the Belial Fusion monster. Gomorrah being like one of the more popular kaijus from the Ultraman series, and I think this is like a different form of it. And Pedanium Zeton, which is also another kaiju card. And then this is like the scene card, which is kind of whatever affects the feel. And I believe like some of it comes from the movie and some of it comes from like the show itself. But yeah, there you go. That's an unboxing of like the 2 starter decks. And come on, it's like incredible how cards like this, I was really pleasantly surprised that the starter deck cards come from this. I mean, we have a good comparison for other card games in terms of like starter deck cards, but like you could tell me that this is an alternate art or these are alternate arts and I would have believed you. So aside from like all these starter deck cards, they have a new set. Their first set is coming out on November 8th. I should be opening up a box of it because I just want to kind of just see what the hype, and I want to see all the cards and what the big hits are in the particular box opening. I know a lot of people are fans of Ultraman, so I'll try to get that out on the channel for you guys. If you want to, don't worry, I still will have content for other card games on the channel as well. I just want to kind of bring an awareness to this new card game because I think the gameplay is very cool, and I like Ultraman Tiga, I like Ultraman Dyna. I'm like it's a childhood thing, so why not? So thank you so much to Suburaya Fields and the team over in the Singapore office for inviting me for the masterclass event, just trying to find out about the cards, and also like for sending me or giving me these 2 starter decks to kind of open up for the channel, just to kind of show to everyone that there's a new card game. It's a new kid on the block. My impressions of it is that it's fairly easy to pick up, and right now in its base form of like 2 starter decks, it's very simple in a sense that there's not a lot of mechanics. It's the basic like, oh, if your opponent is a particular type, then it gets a boost in like a power, and so far, you know, that's standard. That's usually how every card game goes. The mechanics aren't as complicated because you don't want to introduce complicated mechanics, especially when this is highly catered for not only kids, fans of Ultraman, yes, but also like an opportunity to go for the younger audience, like 7 years. And so if they can recognize and know how to play the card game, that would be really great. So I expect when the first set to come out and more starter decks get released, then the game's gonna get more complicated. Essentially how you win is like if you have you're gonna have like an Ultraman and you can level it up, and then you're fighting against an opposing Ultraman and you can level it up, and then if you win 3 battles on, because the battles kind of happen concurrently, and if you win 3 of them, you win the match itself, which is kind of fairly straightforward. And how you compare it is like the power level at the bottom right here. If you want a full in-depth like how to play, I guess I can come out I guess I could do a video for that in the future, but let me know in the comment section below. And once I'm done with my move, then like more of the content, the regular scheduled content will come back. I know like there's a lot of news reviews so far, haven't got the chance to talk about it, but hey, Ultraman card game, go check it out. More info on the website, and you can kind of find these the starter decks already out. Pick them up, it's pretty cheap and they have really sick artwork. Try it out for yourself. I think you'll enjoy it. Well, that's it for me for today. I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully really soon once I'm done with everything that I need to do, and I'll get back stronger than ever. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.